Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel with the YouTube algorithm, and it lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, towards the end of this video, or better said, towards the second half, because right after this chart analysis, we're going to jump right into it. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that has jumped up a total of $13 in just about a week and a half or two. I've been talking about it over at the Patreon. I told every single Patreon member what to look for, what to pay close attention to. I mentioned it here on the YouTube as well, literally 2 days after, before this started to explode, right? And then I mentioned it again as it rose, and there was still room to run. So stay tuned for all that information, because a lot of indifferent investors, I can't believe I got stuck there, excuse me, actually go ahead and overlook this. And I want you guys to be aware of it. Don't overlook it. Hold on tight, because that's where the money's at. But let's talk about CTRM. So Castor Maritime Inc. has fallen, and it fell down a little bit more, but it didn't break through the support here of the lowest point reached yesterday, right? Which was right here at this point of 55 cents. That's what we want to watch for, and that's what we need to pay close attention to moving forward. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way to newer lows, getting closer down here to 50, and even down here to 33 and 45 cents. I've talked about this before, but right now we don't have to worry about those so much because we're still up here. So our true support right now is 55 cents, and resistance is truly right here at this point from yesterday at 60 cents. I'm just going to round this down, right? Just keep it to whole numbers. 55 cents, 60 cents. That's our resistance. This is our support. But if resistance gets broken through, I want you guys to be aware that it does not signify or guarantee that the bulls have gained control, because the 50-day moving average is up here at this point, and it's literally 62 cents. So 62 cents truly needs to be broken through. But before getting there, down here at this point of 60 cents, the bulls need to turn that into a support to pull upwards, reach newer highs and new resistance levels. Once they accomplish that, they can break through the 50-day moving average and then get up here to 66 and then 70 cents and pull on up, starting a rally, right? But we're going to have to see. This could be at a point of reversal. I've looked up all the different financial indicators here on the chart, and just to go ahead and show you guys a few when we look at it a little bit zoomed out and stuff, just to use this one real quick. This is already showing signs of a recovery, right? It doesn't show it here yet, but it is showing signs of coming back up. If this continues going back up, this could start to pull upwards, right? When we look at it on the 1 day, you can see that it still had room to fall. Now, if this really wants to get crazy and pull down even further, that's why I've said 45 cents and 33 cents. This could go further down, and then there'll be a reversal jump. But if not, it could touch right here and start to bring itself back up. It tends to do that sometimes, or sometimes it goes a little bit further. So that's why we still want to have caution with everything going on. Now, when we pull up other indicators like the MACD, the MACD is showing signs, right, that it's still pulling down on the 1 day, which is almost in correlation to what the RSI is showing with the potential. But then the MACD on the 30-minute, it's coming back up, yet it hasn't shown anything here in the chart. And what I like about the MACD, it's sometimes anticipating what hasn't happened yet. So it could pull down a little bit more and then all of a sudden start to pull upwards once this MACD starts to gain more volume. And like I said, bigger bar charts here that are green. Right now they're all kind of green, but we're getting light green. So that means that red could be appearing, or it's going to take a little bit more dark green to bring it back up, and it kind of bounces until it finally starts doing that trend reversal. But this is a penny stock with high risk. I really like this stock overall. The company, they're profitable and stuff, but I've always said that below $1, this is an ugly stock. Now, once this trend reversal does happen, if you got in above $1, it's a lot harder. It could possibly happen, but it's a lot harder for the stock to reach $1. Now, anything between 60 to 80 cents, I do see it having a possibility to get back up there. And getting to $1, it might touch it, but it will be very brief, or it's going to have a lot of trouble getting back up there anytime in the near term. So I do want investors to be aware of that. We're going to have to see how far down it can go before even analyzing how far up it could. but this is just me hypothetically speaking right now based off of how the chart has reacted and where it's at and what the indicators are showing. If you're a first-time viewer and investor, welcome once again, and don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community so they receive the insight as well. And guys, don't forget to smash the like button. It helps out the YouTube channel and it lets me know you appreciate the time and effort. And let's go ahead and jump into this stock that you definitely want to have on your watch list. It may pull back, but let's talk about how it's reacted and what's the potential moving forward. So the ticker symbol that we have in front of us, I've talked about it several times in the last 2 weeks. I've talked about it over at the Patreon. I've talked about it here on YouTube towards the end of the videos more than once. I've even talked about how a lot of investors towards the point of the end of this video, which is this section of the video, investors are dropping out of the video, especially new investors that are coming across my channel and never have seen my channel. They just think about the chart analysis and they don't know about the second half. Well, for those of you that have made it to this point, you're going to learn something new. But I do want you guys to be aware that if you want to get the opportunity to get in on opportunities like this one as early as possible, you can join me over at the Patreon. The link is down below. And I now have a Discord chat room as well, where we talk about speculative plays with opportunities in the short term, right? Daily plays, swing trades, and so forth. So if you want to join us, the links are down below, and the slots have gotten filled up pretty fast. I think the first tier is already filled up, and the second tier has very minimal slots left. And then there's other tiers as well with upgrades as you go along, and you'll see that over at the Patreon. But it's ChargePoint, CHPT, ChargePoint Holdings Inc. This is the stock that I've been talking about since way back over here. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Now, I had watched how this stock reacted, how it brought itself back up, and this was the date and weekend that I talked about ChargePoint, okay? If you've seen this before, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're a Patreon member, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But stay tuned because I'm going to talk about how I feel about this chart. So CHPT, everyone focuses on the EV car makers, but forget to focus on the source that gives the EV cars the fuel and drive it needs to perform its purpose. And I talked about how it touched $20 recently in the most recent pullback. I circled in the chart and it was pulling downwards. If it reached $20 or below, it was presenting itself as an opportunity. And from that point forward, you had to pay a close attention. Now, I mentioned this on the 21st. Now, ChargePoint isn't the industry leader, but it's going to get its piece of the pie. That's exactly what I said. So the 21st was right here. This is the weekend. And the 22nd, the stock shot up to $24.94 from $23 and some change. Every single investor had the right to say, yo, like, I thought this was pulling back. Well, all it took was 3 more days, and it fell down closer to $20 to the point that it actually fell below it at $19.57. That was definitely a sign to pay very close attention and make a rational decision based off of your research and information. And that's exactly what happened. And we saw that. We caught that. If this was to have broken through $20 and go lower, I was going to get even more bullish, right? Now, this stock, I wasn't expecting it to run as fast as it did. I did expect it to get closer to 25 in the short term, but there was a lot of compounding effects that brought this one up to the point where it's at now. And a lot of investors are excited to the point that I have here a screenshot of one of the messages earlier today. I asked for permission to do this, blocked out everyone else's name, blocked out the person's name, and this is their message. Hey, bro, I bought the stock CHPT to try out your alerts, and I'm up 12%. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I had been on the red for so long, and I know one of the things to become a good trader is to learn to control one's emotions. That is very true, and that's what we're going to talk about in the stock market and emotional intelligence series over time. That's what I plan on doing. I was feeling a little discouraged, not even going to lie. LOL. And although I know the whole market was down as a whole, since I started buying the ones you have been learning, I'm starting to see green again. I'm very grateful, and this is only the beginning. Thanks, bro. I'm glad I found your YouTube page, and now I'm in your Patreon and Discord. I really like that you communicate well and respond as soon as you're able to. Like I said the other day, communication is key. I try to get back to everyone's messages like right away. But what I'm really excited about here, it's not the fact that CHPT, I saw the opportunity and it's green and it's up. It's not even about the stock. It's about the fact that someone that was feeling discouraged, like anyone could, right, is now motivated again, right? And they're starting to see green. They're also realizing that one's emotions need to be controlled. Those are all the things that we're doing here in Invest for Tomorrow. Not only on the Patreon and the Discord, but also here on the YouTube channel. I always remind you guys, right, to stay focused, control your emotions when I do analyze charts and stuff. So this right here is really exciting to see this type of behavior from members in the group, and it makes me happy to see that not only am I helping others, not only am I motivating others, but also the purpose and goal is being fulfilled for Invest for Tomorrow. So if you want to be a part of that, you can join us. Now, how do I feel about CHPT? Well, CHPT had a nice cool down here, and it's actually consolidating right now, and it's sitting at $30. I think this still has room to run. It might have to cool off again, maybe, just maybe, or consolidate sideways, and this is going to be able to run up towards the 40s, okay? Just got to give it some time. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but it will go through some volatility now. We saw such a fast spike here. I mean, we caught this one literally as it was falling. I told everyone at least $20 to watch it. We were able to caught it down here at the $19 mark for those that were watching it closely. And as it got closer to $20, at the end of the day, it's up a total amount here of literally almost $13 since we went ahead and stated to pay close attention for the opportunity. And that's what we do. We focus on opportunities, even when it doesn't make sense, because every single investor could have been like, yo, it's going up. You said this was going to get closer to $20. Now, I won't be right every single time, but trust me, I take a lot of time and effort to make these videos of chart analysis, and I love charts and I analyze charts. And when I see opportunities, I look for the details that are signaling that opportunity to get closer to that. And if it doesn't get all the way down to 20 or 19, I mean, even if it touched 21 or 22, you as an investor have to rationalize, okay, this is pretty close to $20. It's bouncing back up and consolidating. Let's say it did this a little bit higher up here. You have to decide and say, okay, this is looking like an opportunity. It might not hit $20, but this is the closest we got. And then it will take off anyways, right? So those are the things that I like to do, prepare and equip every single investor. And not only did I talk about it in the Patreon, I talked about it literally on the 26th here on YouTube. So on YouTube, towards the second half of the videos, every single investor had a chance almost as equal to the ones on Patreon. Then I talked about it again at $26, okay, here on YouTube. And I said there's still room. And look, it went up to 32. That was a total amount of $6. So if you missed out on the full run, you still got a nice 50% chunk of the run. Now, could this continue? I think this does have room to go upwards closer to 40 plus, but that might take some time. That's not going to happen overnight. And what I'm really looking for here now is consolidation or a slight pullback again like the one we saw, but closer to it or a little bit below it before it shoots up again to newer highs. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.